After 2 failed marriages, Caitlyn met Kris and they were married 5 months later. I fell in love with him 150%. Kris, who wed the Olympian in 1991, 1 month after divorcing her first husband, Robert Kardashian, said in a 2017 interview with Lenny Letter. Despite the big day and over 2-decade-long marriage, Brody was hesitant to trust his new stepmother. The tension was real as far as growing up not knowing her intentions, who she is, he admitted to the New York Daily News. There was obviously just drama between the family and parents. Kris, who was already mom to daughters Kourtney, Kim and Khloe, and son Robert, and Caitlyn would go on to welcome 2 daughters together, Kendall and Kylie. By 2013, when his dad and stepmom Kris had separated, Brody revealed that his relationship with Kris had significantly improved. Kris and I have had some very deep, long conversations, and we actually really got to know each other, and so we're all good now, he shared. Despite inviting Brody to her and Kanye West's lavish 2014 wedding, Kim decided against giving Brody, who was dating model and future wife Caitlyn Carter for 4 months at the time, a +1 to the affair. He asked to bring, his girlfriends and I said no, Kim said in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Brody skipped the celebration and stayed stateside to DJ a gig in Chicago instead. After a lifelong struggle with her gender identity, Caitlyn made the decision to start transitioning in 2015. The move, she told Kris and Diane Sawyer in 2017, had been tough on her family. Some of my children, I have remained very close to, Caitlyn said. A couple of them, I'm a little more distant. I have to admit, I'll sit here and wonder, is it because of my transitioning? Or is it because their life is so busy that they don't call, all the time? She continued, nobody calls that much. I mostly reach out to them. Obviously the Jenner side calls more, but they all have their own lives. In an April 2016 episode of Hurry, reality show I Am Kate, Caitlyn went over ex-wife Kris' home to have a candid conversation about the last years of their marriage before the former athlete began transitioning in 2015. I think over the last couple of years, you were frustrated with me. I was frustrated with myself, said Caitlyn. I just want to apologize for a lot of the times the way I acted. It didn't have to be that way. I think going forward from here, I would always want you in my life, Kris agreed and said she was moved by the words. That's everything. That's why I'm here. I came to check up on you. I still love you, and the kids still adore you, said Kris. In 2017, Caitlyn released a memoir, The Secrets of My Life, that provided readers with an inside look at her life, relationships and transition. The contents of the book didn't sit well with the Kardashian family, particularly the famous sisters. After reading the book front to back, Kim was not happy about what was said about her mother within the pages. Caitlyn, who called herself a punching bag throughout her marriage to Kris, also claimed that her now ex-wife had been hoarding money for years. If you turn on my mom and you continue to bash us, I can't, even for the sake of my sisters, spend time with someone who doesn't care about my mother, Kim said during her sit-down interview on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like enough already. As of January 2018, the KKW Beauty founder still hadn't spoken to her stepdad. The release of her memoir undoubtedly ruffled feathers between Caitlyn and the Kardashians, causing tension and severed family ties, but that didn't stop the I Am Kate star from dropping an additional bombshell in January 2018. In an interview for ITV's Piers Morgan's Life Stories, Caitlyn claimed that family members were all given copies of the entire book before publication in April 2017, except for the last few pages when I talked about gender confirmation surgery. Her reasoning? I didn't want them to leak it to the press. Okay, Caitlyn told host Piers Morgan. And there was no reason for them to know about it. Asked whether she didn't trust the Kardashians, Caitlyn admitted, "Of course not, of course I didn't trust them." Kendall and Kylie continue to stay connected with their dad. More than once on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kendall openly spoke about how she felt more connected to her dad's side of the family because of their similar, chill, personalities. In 2018, however, a source told People that Kendall, Kylie and Brody had drifted apart, and no, there is no bad blood. They're just not that close. They were a lot closer when the girls were younger and before the show blew up and things got so crazy for them, the insider shared. Initially, Brody was on the show but then he didn't want to go in that direction, so they started spending less time together. Regardless, the Jenner siblings have nothing but love for each other. The source added, "They do love him and Kendall's also supported him DJing at events. There are no bad feelings on their end, but they've definitely grown apart over the years." Brody is getting married. In May 2016, Caitlyn's youngest son became engaged to longtime girlfriend Caitlyn Carter. The engaged pair's festivities were in full force, with Caitlyn joining in on the fun at her future daughter-in-law's bridal shower in April 2018. "To my first bridal shower," Caitlyn captioned a photo of her and Carter. "I had so much fun. P.S. so much better than bachelor parties." Despite showering the bride, People learned Caitlyn would not be attending the couple's wedding in May 2018. According to a source close to the family, Caitlyn has work commitments that have been set up for months and couldn't be changed in the end. Nevertheless, the source said, everything is good between she and son Brody, adding that Caitlyn will be throwing a big party for them when the newlyweds return to town. Unsurprisingly, since my two little sisters, we never even heard from them. They never even RSVP'd, I don't think, Jenner told People of Kendall and Kylie. "We sent them an invite but we just never heard anything back," he added. "Well, they'll be missed. I would have loved to have had them there." Edit post.